Hello and welcome to the Pigeon Tarot live stream. It has been a while, a couple of weeks. I don't know if I still exist here. If anyone still gets tarot readings. Mostly everything I've been doing has just been on my TikTok. Just posting videos, posting readings. Not anything live. I got sick for a week and then took another week off. Hello, hello. Hopefully everything is working as it should be. Oh. Get some music going. It's kind of quiet. I don't want to go to the studio. Oh my gosh, you're causing me problems. Punkies, punkies. Ah. There we go. All right. Cards. Halloween Tarot. Let's get started. Pigeon, Tyson, y'all. Whenever you're ready, Curry. Move that microphone a little bit closer to me. There we go. Pigeon. Yes. What's that? What's your question? If you are being selected. what can we see about this immigration process? King of Wands reverse, Page of Swords upright, and then the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles is not great in reverse, but that doesn't mean necessarily that that's a bad thing. I mean, overall, the Sun is still going to be a positive card. It does seem that this is a process, like there isn't a definite black and white yes, no to the approval. There's a lot more investigating that needs to go on, a lot more waiting, a lot more, possibly more paperwork that you have to go through. There's still more steps to get to the point that you are wanting to get to. Again, the Sun is still a good result, but not necessarily the most ideal result for the process. And then with that Ten of Pentacles, sometimes that has to deal with giving up something, or maybe the future plans have shifted or changed a little bit from what we originally thought. So it's kind of like, yes, eventually, but not soon, not at this time, and there may be more steps to take, more hoops to jump through before you get to the point where you get an approval for this process. So yes, but not in the best circumstances, in the best way. It's not easy and simple and you've got this, right? Get an idea of the timeline here. So Page of Pentacles, that's going to be more like long-term goals. We're thinking more, it's gonna be sometime. When we see pentacles, we tend to think of a year or more. But it does seem like after we get over this first hiccup, then things will come a lot sooner. So maybe what it is that's really the hang up in this process is going to take about a year to sort out. And then you'll be getting that acceptance within a few months. Now, Page of Pentacles, it's not a numerical card, so not necessarily a set number. It's just about a long length of time. Hello, who watches the watch? I like the Ace of Cups, though. To end that on the Ace of Cups, it's a good new start. Oh, heck, Tyson, big boy. Thank you, thank you. All right, who watches the watch? The Watchman. A good luck charm. Okay, let me grab a good luck charm. Haven't done one of those in a while. That's our charm bucket there. Let me grab a charm for curry real quick. Balloons and a watermelon. I don't think that I've ever seen the watermelon before. I don't think I've ever pulled that one out. I'll have to remember what that one was. It's about life, love, and abundance. Celebration, joy, and cheer. So there are good things coming your way. Your good things are meant in your life. There will be things to be happy and things to celebrate for you. So good omen there. What should who watches the watch be on the lookout for in the new year? Oh, why that Page of Pumpkins come back? Come on. Justice, temperance. I needed to Google something. I don't remember what it was. Random thought. Has nothing to do with this reading. I needed the scientific name for a lion. um, anyways, that's besides the point here. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So there is a little bit of concern with the new year about overspending. That can be overspending of money or overspending of yourself, of your energy, of your time. So there's gonna be an important balance that you need to strike as far as what it is that you're putting your energy into. And with that Hermit, sometimes we do take space for ourselves. We take that time to focus on our own needs, and we're just a little bit more cautious about the things that we do. So don't just jump into anything without careful consideration and taking a step, taking a moment before you decide to do something. With that Justice, sometimes we can go a little bit, we can be a little bit excessive, and it brings more complication into our life. So Temperance then comes back. We need to be a little bit more careful about how we manage things, and try to keep things balanced. So just be a little bit careful in the new year. Don't overextend yourself. Don't make commitments that you don't necessarily have the time to put that energy into. And don't let things get out of hand. You're going to really need to focus on balancing things. Be more proactive about that. Plan things out. Take some time. And make sure you focus on yourself and your own needs as the priority, so you don't overextend yourself. That's what I have for you. Panthera Leo. Thank you, thank you. So, I was thinking of this deck that I stopped working on because I got stuck. And let's see where I left off on here. I know I left off on the Chariot. Where's my Chariot card? I lost it. I'm confused. Where's my Chariot card? Uh-oh. Oh, there's something. How did I do this? Come on. Ah, there he is. Okay, the Chariot card. So that's what we needed the scientific name for. Because I finally decided on a name for this card. And I've already forgot. Son of a gun. Okay. That's not what I used. Where's my pens? Oh. I think I used this one. So I wanted this to be about traps that we put ourselves in that can keep us from moving. So a trap set by a lion. So I'm thinking Panthera Pitfall. Oh, the Panthera Pitfall. Okay. There we go. We finally got a name for that card. Woo! So the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot. We did it. That took months to decide on that. What's the next card? Oh, Strength. Oh, heck. So I did Lions for the Chariot. We had to do something else for the Strength card. Ah. I didn't think that out well. Strength. What is strong? An animal that we associate with strength. With courage. I think I thought of a rhino. Ooh, or a bear. A bear is strong. Let's go into the topic of dating. That's what we always fall back to. All right. Duck wants to know why their partner is hesitant to become exclusive. What is their thoughts on exclusivity? The pages are coming out tonight. Oh, and queens. Oh, gosh. I don't like when I'm thinking of somebody and the idea of exclusivity, and then we have two queens. It does have to make me think about choices like being stuck with one person when there are other queens out in the world. So with that page, I'm thinking that's more involved in some immature ideas like I'm not ready to be locked down. I'm not ready to, you know, not I'm not ready to stop looking for other females, yet they still have this kind of attachment. They still like to have that more solid relationship figure in their life. And this may be like a really strange metaphor here, but it's like having this solid, stable female figure. And sometimes men, when they move on, they move out of their home, they look for someone who kind of takes on that more that role that their mother used to be in. And we can dive into psychology on that aspect, but it does seem like they are still tethered to having this female who is consistent, who they can rely on, who they can trust, even if, you know, they still want to explore other females, right? Is that making sense? Am I making sense here? So I think this person is just basically not ready to grow up, not ready to shut themselves off, not ready to fully commit. Instead, they're kind of using Duck. That's what we name this person. They're using Duck as a safety net. And then we often see that Queen of Wands in reverse as, well, I don't know if everyone sees it as that, but when I see it, I tend to think of somebody who is, again, looking at others, potentially, I don't want to say that word, potentially cheating on their partner. So your partner just needs to grow up, basically. They need to stop seeing you as their comfort blanket and see you as their romantic partner. Huh? This is interesting. Okay, so Jim wants to know if it is morally wrong to what do you call, snoop on your new partner, as in digging through their Facebook profile, digging through their Instagrams, what is that, cyber stalking, to find more information about them? Is it wrong to do so before you go on a date? There's two sides of dating. You're dating this person that you don't know. You don't know anything about. You don't know who they are. And so you can give them the benefit of the doubt, learn from them, speak to them, go on these dates to build up this rapport, this relationship, and learn about this person. Or you can go the backhanded route and be trying to dig up all their dirt. But I think everyone should realize that the person a lot of people portray online is not reality. It is not really true to who they are. And especially, some people use social platforms to get frustrations out, right? So they can come across as completely unhinged, where in person they might not be so much. I say that because I have been seeing a lot of people just going off on the stupidest things lately, and I'm just like, ugh, block. But, I can understand in the moment of frustration, sometimes you post things, you say things that are yucky. So, is it okay to cyberstalk before my first date here? Ooh. All reverse. So again, I think that does kind of apply to, you are putting in, you're digging up dirt. You're putting a more negative spin on this thing that should be more open and more willing to connect and learn about somebody. And I feel like the Fool is a good card, because here you think you're doing the right steps. You're gonna find something. You're gonna find some reason not to date them or not to trust them. But we get wrapped up in the information, in the deep dives that we do on the internet. We get wrapped up in that we kind of miss like the reality, the truth of this person, who they really are. So we are setting up a very biased opinion of somebody we've never even met, basically, just based on the internet. There's a gnat in here. So we're already going to be entering this first date kind of closed off and not giving them that open mind. And it's going to have a negative effect for as far as how we judge this person. And then you also think, like, a lot of times when you're digging through somebody's Facebook or whatever, you are seeing post over an expansive amount of time. It might be like 10 years they've had this Facebook open, and you're looking at something from 2010. It's not fair to judge someone based off a comment that they made 10 years ago, because they may no longer feel that way. That may have been just, again, something they said in the heat of the moment. So we're kind of judging them in the present based on something that happened in the past. And I feel like it's not going to be the most fair experience. And then we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. So I think the idea overall, because I already touched on this 10 of Cups a little bit already, kind of being unfair. Not everyone is perfect. And if we go through and we're trying to dig up the dirt and we're picking out all these little things that they said on the internet, we're going to realize very quickly that this person is far from some perfect image that we might think they are. And we're going to probably, again, did I already say pick out the flaws? I'm kind of repeating myself as this is coming to me. So we're judging them on their past rather than finding the value that they have as they are currently and in the present. And you're kind of shutting yourself off from learning about this person in the present moment. So, should you cyber stalk before your date? I would say no. Now, there is some things that can be good that come from it, only in that, you know, especially if you're going out on your own, maybe you don't know this person very well, you might want to see what kind of relationships they have with other people, just for your own safety. But dating was its own thing before the internet ever existed, so don't use that as like a crutch to learn about somebody. Learn how to actually talk and engage with somebody face to face. We forget how to do that. It's okay, because I'm very antisocial and I don't ever engage with other people. AP is having difficulties dating where they live, and they want to know if change of location will help them find someone. I don't think I would move specifically, but also, like, I've dated people hours away from me. Not exactly ideal, but it's just how willing are you to kind of broaden your dating pool? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think moving just to find other people is ideal. But let's see. Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Ghosts, the Hermit reverse, everything in reverse. This may not be the best time of year for dating, honestly. Jeez. Now, Wheel of Fortune, I feel like in reverse, that could be kind of taking things into your own hands, right? We're not just relying on fate to bring someone to us. Not necessarily how I would normally read the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but maybe you do need to make this move. 3 of Swords is where we kind of let go of what's holding us back. But I also wonder with that 3 of Ghosts, 3 of Swords, if there isn't some ideas, some behaviors, some things that we are doing that we are kind of ignorant to, that may be making it hard for us to date. So again, moving location may not necessarily be the answer. There may be also something about ourselves that we need to look at. And when I see that Hermit in reverse, we also think of that, like, needing to step outside of ourselves and our ideas and maybe expand our own self. So it's not just about moving of location, it's about changing of ideas. Maybe there's been something that we have been cutting ourselves off from. This can be tied to, you know, if you're making a dating profile, you're putting everything that you're looking for in the dating profile. Maybe that's keeping us from looking at other people. And we need to be a bit more open if we want to really find that person that we're looking for. And then Five of Pentacles is more about temporary struggles. We may be in a dry spell now. We may not be having the best of luck at this time. Again, maybe it's just not the time for us to date, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's going to continue that way. So making a big move, if it's not good for you right now, especially financially, don't do it just because you're desperate to try to find someone, to try to find a relationship. If it's like, you know, other reasons for why you want to move, maybe you just need a change of place or something like that, and it's not really going to be more of a strain on you in your situation, go for it. But I wouldn't do it just with the expectation that it's going to open up doors for you in dating. Again, there may be other things that you can do, that you can fix on your side, that can help you be more successful in dating, not necessarily picking up and moving as the only option here. Might just answer like one other question. I didn't really expect anyone this early in the morning on a Friday, but I thought I would be here anyways. Salutations, Apple. What would you like? Is the Halloween deck okay to use? One card for how the cutie with the booty feels towards Apple. The cutie with the booty. The Sun. Reverse. Ugh. Okay. I mean, it's not anything bad, but it's not anything like, wow. Just kind of like, you know, this is a connection we can feel secure in. It's not extreme like or happiness or anything like that, but it's comfortable. And it's not necessarily bad. Sometimes everyone needs that person that is just, we get along with easily. There's no drama. There's no extreme. It just feels nice. It's nice. Pigeon is a cutie with the booty. Look at this Pigeon. He's Pigeon. She's upset. She didn't like that. Okay, Pidgey. Okay, Pidgey. Ma'am, don't start being a butthead. You know, we have automatic feeders for the cats. And Tyson, butthole, chewed through one of the cords. I was like, fine, you just don't get food anymore. I see you, Pidgey. Ow! Why are you biting me? Well, the problem is that Tyson weighs 20 pounds, so I'm not supposed to have him have unlimited access to his food. So the feeder was the easier choice. Pigeon, she can eat whatever she wants, even though she has a sensitive stomach, so if she eats too much, she will puke. Oh yeah, Tyson isn't happy about it. Pam says that she texts this guy 24/7. 24/7. They seem to get along well over text, but he has not made any attempt to meet up with her in person. Is it time to move on? Ooh. Ooh, all the major arcana. I think maybe it's time to move on. Temperance is about bringing balance to your life overall. And, like, if he's not making the effort that you need in this connection, then maybe you need to be more decisive on what it is that you want out of this relationship. Don't just let him use you. And, you know, maybe it's time to end things. The tower is the tower, whether reverse or upright. I think that's how I read it now. And yeah, you're just going to continue on in a very unpleasant situation until you decide to move on, to leave it. Things aren't just going to change. He's not just going to magically change. So it is better for yourself to move on. And I think the Wheel of Fortune, you know, is being okay with the uncertainty of, you know, what's next. Don't hold on to this person. Don't latch onto them thinking that eventually they'll come around. Like, we need to keep moving forward, bring new things, and find somebody who you actually are going to get along with. Don't stick with this person. Because even if they do come around, I don't think that they're really the person that is meant for you in this situation. I haven't done actual streams on TikTok. I've just been posting people's questions, readings for them. I get views, but not many follows. I could stream on there. I'm just not set up really to stream on TikTok. Son of a bee. Hey, controller. Yeah, I should probably just become unaffiliated. Pigeon, quit staring at me. Pidgey! Ma'am, you're being annoying. Oh, ads are over. Ads are over. I was just saying, I think I can now with this program I use for Twitch. I think they connect it, Streamlabs. I think you can connect it to TikTok. So I'll have to try that. Controller, what you wanna ask? Very Halloween. Well, yeah, it is the Halloween tarot. The only appropriate month to use these. Halloween is on the 31st. I'll probably be streaming. Halloween is on the 31st. I meant the 31st is on a Friday. Is what I meant to say. Duh, Halloween's on the 31st. Ugh. Bye, Apple. One of them boring old generals. Oh. Ugh. 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 Alright. That's not bad. Alright. So 5 of Pumpkins, there is kind of a rough patch, but I do like the 4 of Pumpkins and then the Queen of Pumpkins right after, because, you know, just take some time, save up energy, money, whatever this is involving. Things may be a little rough in the moment, but they will get better, and the steps that you take now are going to help ensure things even better for you in the future, right? What was I thinking with this Page of Imps? We had him earlier. It could be that I still haven't gotten the pumpkins. With the Page of Imps, normally that's more my messenger of all the page cards. Oh my gosh. He is the most one representative of like bad news or negative information that we receive that will bring about this instability, that will bring about this difficult time. But just remember that it is temporary. So just kind of keep things going, keep moving, keep trying to save, invest your time and energy again into the right things. And eventually things will start to turn around. Things will start to get better. It's all about taking the steps to create security for yourself, to ensure a better future, right? So, don't freak out, right? Don't let whatever this thing is interfere with your long-term plans for yourself. Just focus on saving up money, saving up energy, and ensuring a better future. than whatever these difficulties are going to bring, right? Does that make sense? A lot of pumpkins, so that tends to center around financial instability here. It'll be okay. Eventually. You shan't freak out or waste your resources, right? Not the end of the world, not a tower coming down and killing you. Just temporary discomfort. Well, Halloween candy is expensive as hell. Is that what we're talking about? Slide wants to know if their colleague is just stringing them along, just playing with them. Ooh. Ooh, 2 8s. The 6 of Pentacles. It can be about generosity, but it can also be about being taken advantage of. And honestly, I don't think with that Hermit card we're in the best position. We're giving this coworker a lot of power, in a sense, over our feelings and our needs. And with that 8 of Cups, we may continue to be disappointed in this situation. So being involved with this coworker seems to be more of like, we're keeping ourselves in a bad situation. So we should really think about what's best for us in this moment and maybe take those steps to decide that we're going to leave it alone, that we're going to just move on from this person, because I don't see that things are typically, I don't see things are going to change in this situation. I think you are potentially being used a little bit here, and it's just going to continue to wear on you. So there's not really a healthy relationship that's going to come from this. Better for you to move on. Is she playing with you? Absolutely. Pool has been dating this person for a while. And he likes this person, but is not physically attracted to them. They think this person's really nice and caring and really likes them and is really thoughtful, but they don't have any physical desire for this man. So they want to know if they will ever feel that physical attraction towards him. So probably not. I mean, honestly. You know, I've been with dudes that aren't necessarily what people would be physically attracted to, but they still, like, you know, they still were attractive in whatever way. So if that attraction's not there, it's probably not going to develop later. That's just my own 2 cents. 9 of Wands is normally about some obstacle, and I'm gonna think that maybe this obstacle is that lack of physical attraction. The Page of Pentacles does focus more on the practicality of the relationship. So, you know, having that physical attraction isn't necessarily the end all be all of the situation. You know, that physical attraction only goes so far. If you're looking for a long-term partner and you like this person in every other aspect, I don't think that the physicality of it is necessarily the what do I want to say, the obstacle, that great of an obstacle. And so I do think of, with that 7 of Wands, that maybe our sense of what is physically attractive is not necessarily, how do I say that? Like, maybe we need to change our idea of what we find attractive in a person. Again, attraction is not just about physical appearance. And especially when we're young, that's what we focus on. We focus a lot on physical appearance. As we get older, we kind of focus on other things. Again, you already said he's got some of the other positive features, as far as, like, you know, somebody who is very thoughtful, very caring, somebody who cares about you greatly, somebody who shows you affection and love. Because if it's just a physical relationship, it could lack all of those things. So I do think that maybe in time that we will maybe adjust or change our idea of what attraction is. So I wouldn't completely say no to somebody just due to the lack of physical attraction. I don't know. Ace of Swords is kind of still being happy with what you get. And learning to find that happiness. I do think that, you know, if your focus is on the physical attraction, that's not going to come around. That's not going to change. And if this is going to continue to be an issue, then it's best to cut this person off, to let him go, and find somebody who can appreciate them in any manner. But I do think you should reevaluate what you want in your partner, and if that physical attraction is really the why can't I think of the freaking word? The final straw. I don't know. Yeah, I don't, yeah, like I said, will that physical attraction just suddenly appear or ever come? Or no, if you're not physically attracted to them, I don't see that that is going to change all of a sudden. All right. I think I am going to end it there. Slow stream. That's all right. I just wanted to get on here and get in some practice. It's been a minute since I've really done a lot of readings. And I will see y'all again sometime. Halloween is, yeah. Halloween, we'll be back. Alright, goodbye.